Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we got a new project. We are working on a Stihl BG 61 AV electronic blower. I don't know anything about this, but it was a really good deal and it's got good compression. So we're going to try to get this thing fired up and see if we can get it back running, and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and dive in, try to give it a few pulls, see what happens, and then we'll work through the process. Alright, so you got your throttle control stuff up here. You got stop is all the way down, and then your little slide button right here on the top. And then you have your choke right here on the side, along with your screws for the high and low, spark plug, and then this cover will come off if we need to get it to come off. But we're gonna go ahead and just check this out and see if we can get this thing running. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so it didn't take many cranks at all to actually get it to start running. It was very smoky, so we're going to go ahead and tear this apart and just check out the insides, make sure all of the guts on the inside are good. It's still smoky in here. Need a fan. Alright, so to get to the inside guts of this, we can pop this off. Looks like I need a flathead screwdriver. And it looks like the gas cap needs to come off as well. Does this need to come off too? Yeah, this little gasket. So we got that. And this looks like it needs to be pulled up into the middle area. And then this should just slide off as long as I don't touch the exhaust. Oh, the spark plug needs to come out of the way, or the wire. We need to take the spark plug off or out as well. Whew. That is a really dirty spark plug. The one thing that I don't get is that when people have these, they don't take care of them. Like cleaning them off or blowing these out every once in a while. That's all it would take for just a little bit of the maintenance aspect, and it would save so much trouble if they just took care of them a little bit. But people will just, like for instance, this brake on this Husqvarna chainsaw that I've been working on. Look at all that crud packed up around the brake. Granted, it's not in the middle, but that could possibly get stuck in there and then not allow the brake to come off, I believe. And that's just, I mean, that's ridiculous. All that amount of debris up there. Should be able to take it apart at least once a year and clean stuff like that out. Hey. carburetor pieces are very clean. So right now I'm looking at the spark plug, and it is pretty burnt up, if you can see that. Man, it's not in the best of shape. So right now, because I know it's running, I'm gonna go ahead and use this spark plug, but tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and pick up another one and put it in here. I'm just gonna clean off the tip of it, just to get a cleaner connection. And then we're going to go ahead and reinstall this, and also reinstall. I'm just going to put it all back together without the cover, that way I can watch it. Make sure there's no leaks anywhere or gas is pouring out of anything. Nothing wild like that. Alright, so I just got done running it again for a little bit, and I still have a lot of white smoke. So what I'm going to do is dump the fuel that's in there out. The white smoke could be caused because of fuel or the water, like moisture, water, stuff like that in the fuel system somewhere, or it could mean that there's like a blown head gasket. But hopefully when I dump out all of the fluid, it will clear up after I add some new stuff. I might have to run it a little bit and just to let it burn out. But we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and get a pan and dump whatever fuel is in here out and put in some fresh stuff. So I just got done dumping all that stuff out, and the fuel that came out of there was very blue. And we're going to try to go ahead and run some of this fuel that I have, and I'm going to try to run it in here for a little bit and just let it sit and do its thing, and hopefully that smoke will clear up, indicating that there was probably just moisture in the line somewhere. So while I've got this all taken apart and I'm going to be working on it anyway, I figured I'd go ahead and take the carburetor apart. Still blowing a little bit of white smoke. So I'm going to take this all apart, just get it cleaned out. It's got some fresh fuel in it. So I just pulled the carburetor pieces out, and I'm going to go ahead and get these dried off. Now when I dry or blow around on the carburetors, I don't ever use like full pressure out of the compressor. I got it dropped down to about 40 psi, and it's just mainly to knock the stuff off. Alright, so I've gotten it all back mainly together so that it can run, and what I'm going to do is just let it sit here. And I can see that it's got oil buildup in the exhaust and on both parts of the exhaust. It's kind of seeping out of here a little bit. And what I want to do is I want to just let it run for a little while and just see if it'll burn off all that oil, and if that's the actual thing that's causing the white smoke. I didn't see any kind of evidence of any kind of seals being broken or anything on the cylinder, and the piston looked in really good shape. So that's where I'm at. I'm just going to let it sit for a little bit running and see if that's the main reason why it's smoking. Alright guys, so you can see that it's still smoking. I ran it for quite a while. I even ran it completely out of gas and went and put more fuel in. And I started wondering why it was still smoking. I started looking deeper into it and saw that there was actually oil getting spit out of the exhaust, or you had like the oil coming out of the exhaust area. So one of the things that can cause that is you are not obviously burning off the oil. Now I put in oil from my stuff, which I was running 87 octane fuel with just the, you know, whatever oil, I can't even remember what it is. I bought it this past May, so I don't remember what is in there, but the little canister that I bought is like mix it with 2.5 gallons of fuel, and the gas tanks that you buy are only 2 gallons, which means that you have a little bit more oil in there than you need to. So I'm thinking that that's probably what happened as well to begin with this, is that they had too much oil involved in it and it's just started acting funny. I got it tuned up good and it runs at idle fine, runs at high speed. It blew over the lighting for the production stuff. So what I'm going to be trying next, which I'm going to go ahead and stop video here for this part, because we did get this running, got it tuned up, and it's running well. So what I want to do is I want to try to get some 91 octane and maybe not so much oil involved in it. And what will end up happening is you'll have a hotter burn in your fuel stuff, in where your combustion area is, and that should help out with the smoke. I checked out the piston and the rings, everything looks great. There's no scarring or anything involved in the piston, which is amazing. This is the older model, so I'm really happy with how everything looks. It's not leaking from anywhere. All the gaskets are good. So that is going to be the next step, is trying out a different fuel to oil mixture. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm glad I got this up and running well. It's the Stihl BG 61 AV electronic. So that's where we're at with this. Appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any suggestions or comments or anything like that, go ahead and leave them in the section down below. We'll see you guys on the next video.